in newspapers, and I got so excited that I wanted to learn how to do it, and so I wanted my dad to buy the kit, and my dad's like, I'm not going to buy that kit, but I was sold. The guy sold me on the fact you can make money using classified ads, and so I went and I saved up $40 for his kit. I had to mow lawns and do a bunch of work, and I saved up money, and I bought this kit, and the kit, he started talking about how he was making money with classified ads. He said basically, he said, I took a classified ad, I placed it in a newspaper, and when I did, I made $30 profit. He said, and then, he said, I was proud of that, but I told my friends and my family, and they kind of made fun of me. And but he said, I took that same ad and I placed it in 1,000 newspapers, and then I was able to make $30,000. And I remember when he explained that, like the light bulbs went off in my head. I realized that, man, if you understand marketing and how to create products and do things like that, you can literally scale a business really, really big. Like I was thinking about people, you know, my teachers. I was thinking about other people like that who go to work each day and they're working for, you know, 10 or 12 or 15 or $50 or $100 an hour or even more. But no matter what, if they want to make more money, they got to work more hours. And this was my big first epiphany that, man, if I create a product or a service and I sell it, I can sell it all day long, and it doesn't increase the hours I have to work. And that was kind of the beginning of my whole marketing journey. And again, I was 12 years old at the time. And so I started going out there and I started studying this and learning things. I remember I bought a magazine called Small Business Opportunities Magazine. And some of you guys have probably seen it before. It's literally a magazine that has 140 pages worth of ads and like 2 articles inside of it. And I remember I was flipping through this and reading all these ads, and it just got me excited. And I started calling the 1-800 numbers in these ads and requesting their free kits. And I started learning about marketing. And this is what that old offline method kind of looked like. Okay, somebody would see an ad like me in a magazine or a newspaper, or they get a postcard or something, right? And then they would call a phone number, and then somebody would answer the phone and say, hey, you know, thanks for calling for your free kit. What's your address? And they get the address, and then that person would then physically mail them a letter. And that letter, they would open it up, and what was it? It was a sales letter. And that sales letter would then sell some kind of product. Okay, and this is what I learned back when I was 12 years old. That this is how people were making money. Okay, the guy in the infomercial was placing classified ads and doing this process. I saw people in magazines doing it. I started getting direct mail. I started just learning all these things, and this is the way that they're making money. There's some kind of direct response ad saying, call this phone number or mail in, you know, a self-addressed stamped envelope to this thing, and they would mail back a free report, and the free report was just a sales letter. They would sell them some kind of product. And I remember I saw that over and over and over again, and I got it. I said, this is awesome. But I didn't know how to do that. I didn't have any money to go buy ads. It was really expensive, and so while I learned it, I didn't have the ability to ever do it. And I think that that's one thing that's unfortunate. A lot of people are never able to actually make money back then because it just cost too much. And that's the beauty of the internet. A few years later, when I wasn't 12, when I was closer to 20, 21 or 22, so about 10 years later, I started learning about this whole internet thing. And what was interesting is that as I started learning about it, it was very similar to the offline thing. Except instead of having to buy an ad in a newspaper or a magazine or on TV or whatever, we were buying ads on websites. And somebody would click on that ad and it would go to a page that would say, hey, do you want a free report? Give me your email address, okay? Notice it's very similar to a real address, but give me your email address and I'll email you this report. People would give you the email address, they click submit, and the next page what will show up? A report. And what was that report? It was a sales letter selling them something. Okay? Does this look familiar, guys? This process happening offline is the exact same process that's happening online. The difference is that for me to go place an ad, it's a lot cheaper sometimes. For me to send somebody a sales letter and email is free versus direct mail costs a lot more money. And suddenly when I learned this process, I said, this is the same thing I was learning about when I was 12, but now it's on the internet. Now people like me can play. Okay, and this again, I was 21, 22 years old. I was in college and I was learning this. And it got me excited because I realized this is something that I could actually do. I could do this. And so I started getting into this whole business, started doing this process. I'd write ads and I'd send them to a page and I'd get them to join my list, and I'd send them sales letters and sales videos to sell them stuff. And I started selling all sorts of things. Started growing my own company and started having a ton of fun with that. So that's kind of where for me, this whole internet marketing thing began. Okay, so I wanted to tell that story because I really want you guys to see the correlations that all the stuff I'm talking about, and we're going to be showing you guys today. A lot of it's very similar to what's been happening for hundreds of years. Like, we're not inventing this, but it's a new media and it's a new way to do it. And when you understand that and understand how to harness it, you can scale a company very, very quickly. In fact, for example, we launched a new supplement a little while ago, and in January of this year, the supplement was doing about $20,000 a month. And as soon as we got our numbers right and kind of this process figured out, and it started working, we were able to scale it. And by March, we were making $300,000 a month. Then a month or two later, we're at $500,000 a month. And next month, we have the potential of doing over $1 million. And that's happening in, within just a couple months. We can scale things very, very quickly. And that's the power of this whole online stuff that we're talking about. And this is why I think people like the internet now, because you can scale things up so much faster than you ever could, so much faster and cheaper than you ever could with traditional offline marketing. Okay. All right. So we're going to be covering 4 different sections during the training today. And like I said, we've got a ton to cover, so I hope that we're able to get it all in. But section number 1 is designing your dream business. Okay, so many people, and I'm guilty of this as well, we get in this entire business and we don't think about who we really want to sell to initially. We kind of come in and maybe we have an idea for a product or service and start creating things and we start just moving forward. Or maybe we already have an offline business and we just want to take it online and we start running. And what I found, this is a lesson that, man, took me probably 8 years to learn, and I wish I would have learned it 8 years earlier, which is why we're starting with it. Because if you do this correctly, you can literally design your dream business from day number 1 and have it become a business you love. Okay, if you don't do this, you're probably going to have happen to you what kind of happened to me. You're going to build a business that that seems really nice at first, but because you didn't really plan it out, it very quickly becomes more of a nightmare. And I want to save you guys from that turmoil and torment by figuring out how to design your business the right way initially. And so this is the first step in that is a process I call the secret formula. Okay, so this is what the secret formula looks like. And I have these little graphics to kind of illustrate all these different points because I don't know about you guys, but when I see graphics like this, it helps me to understand a concept, and then later when I come back, I can look at the image within seconds. I can recall exactly what it was that I was trying to learn. Okay, so this is a secret formula to building your dream business. It's going to be a business that you're going to love. Okay, the first thing you got to figure out, starts way over here to the left, is who. Who is the person you want to sell to? Who's your dream customer? Okay, now if you don't know who that person is right now, I promise you're going to attract the wrong person. Okay, for years I was just selling stuff about how to make money on the internet, and I didn't really identify who my target market was. I said, hey, anyone wants to make some money on the internet. That's who I'm selling to. And guess what happened from that? I got everyone who wanted to make money on the internet, and a lot of those people, the majority of those people, didn't have any money, they didn't have any time, they didn't have any skills, any resources, and they just weren't the kind of people who were going to have success. Okay, and it wasn't until about 2 years ago we sat down and said, look, this is not our dream client. Okay, these are not the kind of people we want to work with. Like, who do we actually want to work with? And we sat down and we started thinking, like, who is that person? Who's our dream client? And we started mapping out exactly who that person is and what they're interested in, what they like, and what their passions are, and we started mapping out all these things, and we really identified who our target customer was. And I want to show you guys something kind of cool because the next 2 slides I think will be interesting to you guys because I'm curious that if these slides represent who you are. Okay, because what we did is we mapped out all the things about our dream customer, and then I actually went to Google and we kind of picked we call it the customer avatar, right? And we picked a name for each one. And so, like for example, first one I said is going to be Julie. This is what she's going to look like. This is what she's going to be interested in. And we kind of wrote that out. Then I took Julie and I went to Google and I went to Google Images. I typed in Julie, successful businesswoman, and all the different criteria of what I wanted, and I clicked submit, and all these pictures started showing up. And I scrolled through it till I found my dream client. So let me show you how it worked. This one right here is Julie. Okay, Julie is one of my dream clients. She is successful. She is driven. Okay, Julie's got a message that she wants to share with the world. Okay, she values her own personal growth and development and the growth and development of other people more than she values money. She likes money, but she's more interested in building something big and like helping a lot of people and serving the world. And Julie already has a business that's making her about at least 5 figures a year. So she's got something happening. It's not where she wants it to be yet, but she's figured out all the hard stuff initially of getting a business off the ground and those type of things. Because something like that, I can come there and I can do all sorts of stuff to help take it to the next level. But Julie is kind of my dream client. Okay. Now for the women who are watching this right now, I'm curious if any of you guys, do you guys fit into the mold of Julie?
Mommy!
Okay. I know I've got Liz and Christy on here. Liz and Christy, you guys, does this sound at all like you guys? Okay. We identified exactly who our dream client was, and guess what? When you do that, and through this process I'm going to show you, you'll attract the kind of person you want. Okay, so this is Julie. Now, you should do the same thing with your client. Figure out who it is, find an image of them, take a picture of it. Like, I don't know who this picture actually is. I just know in Google Images, she showed up and I saw her, I said, boom, I want to work with her. I want to hang out with her. She's someone who, if she came to a mastermind meeting, would be fun to hang out with. Okay? Did the same thing with my male avatar. Okay, I called him Mike. I said, I want a guy named Mike. I want someone who's kind of a former athlete, and usually someone who's kind of changed somebody's life in a small way, but he wants to take that to the next level and help a lot more people. Same things, he values growth over money, and he's already got a business that's making some money. Okay, so Julie and Mike, these are my two customer avatars. And I am pretty sure that for most of you guys on this line, you are going to fit into one of these two profiles. Okay, because that's who we're targeting. That's who we're trying to get to be into our company. Okay, so for you guys, you got to figure out the same thing. Like, who is it you really want to be working with? Okay, because if you don't identify that, I promise you guys, everything else, you may or may not make money, but if you do, you may end up with customers you don't want to be with. Okay, all right. So there's my who. That's the first step. Second step is figuring out where are those people at. Okay, now I know exactly who Julie and who Mike are. Where are they at? Where are they spending their time? Where online are they? And we're going to talk about that a lot more here later on in the training. But I want you to think about it, like, because as soon as I know who they are, I can find out where they're hanging out online. When I can do that, now I can start targeting them. Okay. The third step is I need to create bait. Okay, it's got to be the right kind of bait, the bait that my dream client is going to bite. Okay, I look at some of my old offers, my own products, and so if one of my products is like, hey, how to get rich on the internet overnight doing nothing, think Julie would be attracted to that? Probably not. Think Mike would? I don't think either Julie or Mike would want that. But if I created a product that was called .com Secrets Labs, 108 of our best split test winners, and Julie's already got a website and she's doing well, but she wants it to do better, and she saw that bait, think she'd take it? How about Mike? Think he'd take that? Yeah. So I created bait that my dream client would be attracted to. Okay, it's just like, I'm not a big fisher person, but let's say you want to go out and you knew exactly the type of fish you wanted to catch. Every fish has different bait, right? Okay, so if you throw the wrong bait in, you're going to get the wrong fish. You throw the right bait in, you're going to get exactly who you want. Okay, so after I've identified who my person is, I got to find out where those people are hanging out, and then I create bait that's going to attract my dream client, throw that bait in there, and now I can get my dream client. That's how I get them. Now after I've got them, I got to figure out where do I want to take them. Okay, too many of businesses online and offline, and I'm sure too many of your guys' businesses, you're focusing so much on like, what's the product I can sell? What's a product? What's a product? But what you need to be focusing on is, where can I take my dream client? Okay, where can I take that person to serve them at the highest level? Because that's a business. Now, there's a big difference between a product and a business. A product is something you sell and you make some money with. A business is when you're working with somebody, you're taking somebody from where they are to somewhere else. Okay, and this is kind of a big step. We're going to talk about this as well throughout the training. Okay, but that's the secret formula, you guys. Initially, you need to think about that and focus on that. Who's my dream client? Where are those people at? What's the bait I'm going to create to attract those people? And after I got them, where do I want to take them? Okay, and again, you guys will see my process here as we go through. I'm going to be very transparent in this training. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. This webinar you're on right now was bait. It was bait to get you, my dream client here, and at the end of this, I'm going to show you where I want to take you, okay? And that's, again, I'm practicing what I preach all day long, all right? Okay, so that was step number one. Step number two now is what I call the value ladder. And this is, I think when I first learned this concept and started understanding it, this was one of the biggest ahas for me. It helped me to really take our company to a whole different level almost overnight. And it's a concept that too many businesses don't understand. And usually when I first start working with people, I want them to understand this piece of it. Because if you understand this piece, almost all the rest of it will just kind of take care of itself. Okay? So this is called the value ladder. Now, again, the first time I started kind of learning about this, I was at a seminar and I heard this guy named Mike Littman talk. And Mike was talking about his business model. And he said, hey, I give away a free CD to get customers in, and then from there I sell them my coaching. I thought, okay, that makes sense. And he said, guess how much money I pay to give away a free CD? And I was like, I don't know, $2, $3? He said, on average, I'm paying between $30 and $60 to give away for every free CD that I give away. And in my head, I was like, are you stupid? Why would you do that? You're going to pay someone $60 to give away a free CD. Like, that makes no logical sense for me. And I remember, like, the wheels in my head turning, and then Mike got kind of quiet, and he leaned into the mic, and he said, do you want to know why I do that? And I was thinking, again, this is me as a 21-year-old kid. I said, why would he do that? And he said, because amateurs focus on the front end. Amateurs focus on the front end. He said to build a business the right way, you have to understand that you're building a business, not just a product. Okay? He said because my business is structured the right way, I can spend $30 or $40 or $50 to give away a free CD, and it makes sense because I'm going to make that money up on the back end. Okay? So amateurs focus on the front end, and the inverse of that is people like us who understand business, understand that we're here to make money, that we're professionals and we're trying to grow a company. We understand that we focus on the back end. All right? So we hear that a lot, but what does that mean? Well, this is a good example from a company I'm sure you're all familiar with called McDonald's. Okay? Now McDonald's, if you look at it right now, they spend about $1.91 in advertising to get somebody to come through the drive-through window. Okay, when they show up at that window, the average customer will pay $2.09 on a hamburger. Okay, so does that seem like a very good profit margin? They spent $1.91, they made $2, so McDonald's is making a whopping, like, what's that, 20 cents, 20, whatever the math is on that. Okay, 18 cents, even worse. They're only making 18 cents for every single person they get through the drive-through. You're like, man, that Ronald McDonald is not that smart. He's a clown. He hasn't figured this out yet. But Ronald McDonald is actually very smart, right? Okay, someone comes through, they spend the $1.91 in ads, they get someone to come through to order a hamburger, they make their 18 cents, but then what do they say? Okay, they try to upsell you fries and a Coke. You want to supersize that? I don't think they say supersize that anymore, but if you look at McDonald's growth when they added in the supersize upsell, I said, hey, do you want to supersize this? Boom, their company took off. It exploded like never before. And so they added fries and Coke for $1.77 more, and guess what happened? Okay, from that $1.77, they got to make and keep a $1.32 profit. Okay, 8 times the profit by adding in the back end. Okay, now a lot of your companies right now, if you're struggling, I'm guessing you're missing part of it. You're either missing a front end or a back end or something in between. And so that's what we're going to talk about right now is a concept that we call the value ladder. Okay, and this is what a value ladder kind of looks like. Okay, you notice on the left-hand side we got value. And the arrow goes up, so the more value you provide, the higher it goes here. And on the bottom side, we got price. Okay, and so as we move this direction, price gets more and more expensive. Now, for me, if someone was coming to me and say, Russell, what's the best thing you have to offer? It's always going to be back here at the top of the value ladder. Okay, they're going to receive the most amount of value possible, and it's going to be the most expensive thing possible. Okay, for us, what do you think the most value I can possibly provide somebody is right now? Okay, so for me, it's a program that we actually launched recently, and it was almost as a joke initially because I didn't know if anyone was going to buy it, but we launched it and we recently signed up our very first customer, and it's $1 million package. Okay, the way it works is they pay us $100,000. Me and my team and I'm not sure how we say that, we fly out to their office and we set up their offer, we set up a mini call center for them, and we set up their traffic generation systems. We drive traffic. It's $100,000 up front, plus 10% of the profits, up to $10 million. At that point, we've made $1 million, and then the contract ends. So it's $1 million package. That's the best value I could ever provide somebody. Okay, by far, hands down. That's how I can serve my customers at the highest level. Now, if I was walking up to you on the street, I was like, "Hey, great to meet you, man. I see you got a business here. You're a chiropractor. It's awesome. What I want to do is, if you give me $1 million, I'll take your business to the next level. You in? Okay, what do you think you're gonna say? You're going to say, no, Russell, are you crazy? I'm not going to give you $1 million. There's no way you're that cool or even close to that cool, right? Okay, and then why is that? It's because at that point I provided no value. They don't know if I'm good or if I'm bad or anything. So what we do in the business is we start down here at the bottom left hand. Okay, where we provide a little bit of value at a little bit of cost, because people will test something, right? They'll test the waters and see if they like something. They'll try it out. Okay. This comes back to what we'll talk about here in a minute is our bait, right? But we're testing out something. We're putting some bait out there in the water, and someone's going to take it. Okay, for those of you guys who came through any of our funnels, it might have been the .com Secrets Labs book, might have been another product, but there's some bait we put out there, right? And if you get that, it's not going to cost you very much, but if you get that and you like it and you receive value, what naturally happens next? You're like, man, that was awesome. I received value. It wasn't that expensive. What else do they have? And naturally, if they receive value at this level, they're going to naturally want to ascend up to the next level. Okay? And here now you can enter into something, you sell them something else, and they receive value at this level. guess what's going to happen? They're going to ascend up to the next level, and the next level, and the next level. Okay, and that's how a value ladder works. It all has to do with how much value you can provide somebody. Okay, so for me, I come in and we give away our free .com Secrets Labs book. Somebody goes through that experience, they get a bunch of stuff, and then they want the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing, and eventually we close people on our $8,000 coaching, our $25,000, our $1 million coaching, and they move up through a value ladder. Okay, and that's kind of how this thing works. But it all has to do 100% with how much value you provide people. Okay, if you're screwing people, which happens so much on the internet, guess what? You may get one shot. You get one transaction, you might get somebody, but it'll end there. But if you're providing real legitimate value, people buy from you for years and years and years and years. And that's the goal of building a value ladder the right way. Okay, now on the bottom hand side here, you should notice there's dollar signs going across this way. This is your continuity program. Because any good business, you gotta have a value ladder, but you also need to have continuity where people are paying you monthly for access to software, for something. And we'll talk about how to create this later on in the presentation, but just so you understand from this diagram what that is. All right. Now, I want to show you guys a value ladder for a dentist. And I had an experience a couple years ago, excuse me, that kind of illustrated this really, really well. So when I first started my business, we got started, and we didn't, it was just me at first, and my wife and I, and then we started having some employees. And after we had 4 or 5 employees, they all started asking us if we had benefits. And I had never had a job before. I didn't know what benefits meant. Turns out benefits means you pay for people's insurance and their dental insurance, all this stuff. And we'd never done that before. But I was like, you know what? Everyone's asking for it, so let's give everyone benefits. So we created this benefit package. And so for the first time in like 6 years, I had dental insurance, which was kind of exciting. And a little while later, I got a postcard in the mail that said, come in from a dentist that said, come in for a free teeth cleaning. And I was like, sweet, I got my insurance now. I got this teeth cleaning, and the bait was set, right? The company put out some bait. And I took it, and I called the company and said, yes, I want to get my teeth cleaned for free. They had me come in. Came in, I met the dentist, met the assistants, met everyone. They sat me down, they cleaned my teeth for free, and it was awesome. I was super excited. And while they're in there cleaning my teeth, the dentist says, hey, I just had a question for you. Do you smoke or do you drink coffee or anything? I was like, what? What are you talking about? I said, well, yeah, I noticed your teeth are kind of yellow. And I wasn't sure if it's because you're a smoker or drink coffee or what. I was like, my teeth are yellow. Are you serious? He said, yeah, well, they are. But I'm like, no, I don't drink or smoke or anything like that. He's like, oh, wow, I feel kind of awkward now. And I was like, well, what can you do about it? Like, I don't want yellow teeth. If you're noticing it, I'm sure everyone else is too. And he said, well, don't worry. We have these whitening kits, and we'll give you gel, and we'll give you all this stuff to whiten your teeth. I'm like, yes, please give me that. And like a good marketer did, he provided more value. And because of that, he was able to sell me the next thing on his value ladder. Excuse me. So then a few minutes later, he's going through and he said, hey, so did you ever have braces? I said, yeah, how can you tell? He said, well, your teeth are kind of crowding, and that happens a lot of times when people had braces when they were young. I said, my teeth are crowding. He said, yeah, but if you want, we can create a retainer, and the retainer will keep your teeth in place, and that way it won't look like your teeth are all jacked up. And I'm like, oh yeah, are you serious? Like my teeth are messed up? And he said, well, if you want me to make a retainer, I will. I said, yes, please make me a retainer. And that's where the value ladder ended for me. Had my teeth have been really messed up, I'm sure the next episode would have said, hey, Russell, I'm sure, we can do this, and the next episode would have been cosmetic dentistry, whatever else it is. Okay? And then when I was leaving my checkup that day, the assistant said, hey, let's sign you up for 6 months from now to come back, and boom, they signed me up for their continuity program. Okay? So what just happened here? I came in, a dentist put out some really good bait. It was a free teeth cleaning. I came in, and I received value. My teeth were getting cleaned. It was awesome. And then they figured out how could they provide more value to me, and boom, I wanted to get my teeth whitened. And they provided more value, and I kept ascending up this value ladder. I naturally wanted to ascend because I received value at each point. And I walked in on a free teeth cleaning, and I left with a $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 bill. I don't remember what it was. And so that's how a value ladder works. Okay, I'm sure you guys have all been to the dentist before. You've seen this before. But now you'll probably respect your dentist more when you see that, man, they understand how to do this. Okay, and for me it was kind of sad because my wife went in 2 days later with her free postcard teeth cleaning, and she walked away with whitening trays and a retainer as well. So they got both of us, and that postcard campaign probably made them $8,000 or $9,000 when all said and done. And then we've been clients now for them for almost 10 years. So it works, you guys. It works all day long. All right. So here's the value ladder for my company, just so I can be completely transparent. You guys will see this, and it'll make a lot of sense, okay? So the front of my value ladder, usually some kind of free quiz or a squeeze page or something where I'm trying to get somebody in the front door. After that, we give away a free book, free plus shipping. Okay, I'm guessing most of you guys on this webinar probably got this book. Next, we have our Invisible Funnel webinar. Okay, for all you guys who are on this webinar right now, this is where you are in my value ladder. Okay, you are currently on an Invisible Funnel style webinar where I'm training you for free and providing as much value as possible for two reasons. First off, I want to provide as much value as possible. Second off, if you like this, I'm hoping you're going to send up either my home study course, one of my events, or my inner circle. There's my value ladder. Okay, we do it all day long. And then when you go through this process, my goal is to get you on my continuity program, which is a software product called ClickFunnels. When you sign up for that, I get paid every single month. Okay? Boom, there's full transparency. There is my .com secrets company. Okay? I can show you my value ladder for every one of my companies. One of the first things we map out when we come into a company, because the problem that most people have is they come in, they start a business and they've got one of these things. They don't have all of them. They got one, maybe two, and they struggle. Okay, a good example of that is one of my buddies is a chiropractor. And I'm sure, I hope we got a lot of chiropractors on this webinar right now. But typically, most chiropractors, they live and they die on their $40 or $50 adjustment. Okay, so one of my friends is a chiropractor. He started this new clinic, and he started doing this. He started getting clients and bringing them in, and doing the adjustment, and he'd make 40 or 50 bucks every time you get an adjustment. Boom. And then the continuity for them is keep coming in a couple times a week for adjustments. Okay, so he's got two pieces of this value ladder built out. And one day he called me and said, "Hey Russell, you're this great marketing guru. Give me some magic so I can grow my practice." And we started talking a little bit, and I was like, "Well, you know, like, tell me about your business," and he explained it, and I was like, "So all you do is just adjustments?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What else do you provide people?" He's like, "That's it, that's what we do." And I was like, that's kind of interesting. Let me think about it a little bit, and I'll get back to you. And so literally like a week later, some of you guys know my background. I was a wrestler in high school and in college, and a couple years ago I started this wrestling club, and I actually flew out the entire, I had the entire Olympic Greco wrestling team move to Boise, and we built a whole training center, and it was really a really fun project for a couple of years. And we had all these guys training here for the Olympics, and we had a chiropractor who's coming in a couple times a week to adjust the guys. And one day after practice, the chiropractor called, and she wasn't able to show up. But all the guys were like, "Man, our spines hurt, our neck hurts." You know, we're throwing each other around just in a pretty bad spot. And so they needed to be adjusted. And one of the wrestlers was an intelligent guy, and he said, "You know what? I can figure this out." And he went on YouTube and he typed in chiropractic adjustment, and within 5 minutes he watched someone explain how to do it. He went into the room and he adjusted every single person on the team. And I wasn't there that day, but he called me afterwards and told me, he said, "Hey, I'm a chiropractor now. I adjusted everyone on the team." And he told me the kind of the process, the story, and I started laughing so hard. I said, "Hey, I got to call someone. I'll call you back." So I called my buddy who's a chiropractor, and I called him up and I was like, "Hey man, just so you know, my friend," and he knew the guy as well. I said he was able to replicate every single thing you do in your business, and he learned it in 5 minutes on YouTube. And I kind of waited. And what happened next was really funny. My buddy, the chiropractor, he obviously got upset. Okay, he'd gone to who knows how many years of school to become a chiropractor, and he came on. He's like, "You can't just do that. You can't." He's like, "You're minimalizing what we do as a profession, and this and this." And I let him kind of rant for a minute, and I got a big smile on my face, and I stopped and I said, "Wait." I said, "If I was calling just to make fun of you, I probably wouldn't have called you, but there's a lesson behind this." I said, "What else did you learn while you were in medical school? Did you learn other stuff besides how to do an adjustment?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I learned how to do this and health and wellness and how we can solve fibromyalgia. We can do this." And like he started just brain dumping everything he learned over his 5 or 6 or however many year degree, right? And I was making a list of all this stuff. And then when he got done, I said, "So let me ask you, when any of your clients come in, do you ever offer them more value? Do you ever show them how you can, all the stuff you learned, do you ever provide that to any of them?" And he was like, "No." I said, what would happen if you did an adjustment for somebody and they just receive value from you, they feel better, their back feels better, and then you came to them and said, "Hey, I noticed you got fibromyalgia. I actually have this program. It's a 6-week program that can help you to overcome your fibromyalgia. It's not cheap, but it'll cure you of your pains, and you will feel a million times better. Would you be interested in that?" And the person looks down at their hands and looks at their feet and say, "Man, I'm really struggling. I would love to do that. I would love to receive more value from you. Here's a check for $5,000 or $10,000. I said, "Imagine what that would be like." And all of a sudden, it clicked on him. He said, "There's tons of stuff I could sell, Russell. I can sell weight loss coaching. I can sell natural health. I can sell, all these different things to people. I can provide way more value to my clients than I am right now." I said, "Yeah, man, there's so much stuff. There's so many tools, so many gifts that you guys have. Every one of you guys on this call that you have that you could provide your people, but you don't. And I don't know if it's because you're afraid to sell or you don't know how to do it. But if you look at it like this way and you think, what else how can I provide more value to my clients? Suddenly it opens up a whole new dimension in your business. Suddenly you've got a back end. Okay, and after you have this back end in place, now you can spend more money to acquire a customer. I told you before, Mike Littman said, amateurs focus on the front end. People that just have a front end, they don't have all this money, okay? For him to make $5,000, how many $50 adjustments does he have to do? It's a lot, right? What's it, 100? $150 adjustments make $5,000. Now, if he got one of those 100 people to say yes to his $5,000 coaching program, he doubled his money instantly. Okay, you guys getting this? You see how this works? So that's what we did here. Now, the next kind of lesson I had with him, I said, look, the other issue is like, right now, an adjustment's not really like that good of bait. Okay, if someone's back is hurting him, you throw out this bait. That's one thing. You can get somebody in the front door, but it's not really good bait to attract who you want. Okay, if you're trying to sell people, especially diet, weight loss, holistic things, like you need better bait to get your dream client in. Okay, so I said we need to start crafting it and figure out what that bait on the front end is going to be. And so we've tested a bunch of different things. One of the ones he's had a ton of success with is he started doing free massages. Okay, someone comes in for a massage and they receive value from this massage, and in fact here it is right here. They receive value from the massage, and the masseuse says, hey, I noticed that 2 of your ribs are out of place. Would you like doctor to come in here and adjust you? And of course, person like, yes, please let him come in and provide more value to me. The chiropractor comes in, pops the ribs back in place, does a quick adjustment, boom, provided more value, now gets him on an adjustment plan. Okay, and this is a really good value ladder for the chiropractor. Okay, he's also now these really cool wholeness classes he's doing. He's going to companies and doing these natural health demonstrations for people, and that's the bottom value ladder. He gets them from there and he sends them back up. Okay, completely transformed his business. So you guys getting this? I want you guys to think about your business and figure out what do you have? What are you missing? Okay, here's a couple examples. Here's Tony Robbins. Look at his company. He's got a value ladder as well. Okay, he starts with his infomercial product. I'm sure you guys have seen it. He's also on shopping networks, on TV. It's everywhere, right? He's got the Ultimate Edge. Online, he's selling it. It's a trial. You come in for free plus shipping, and then it ends up being $300 for the Ultimate Edge. There's his front end. Then from there, he upsells you to his first event called Unleash the Power Within for $2,500, which, by the way, is an amazing event you should go to. I've been to it twice. You get to walk on fire. It's awesome. If you haven't gone yet, make it a point in your life to go as soon as you can. It's awesome, okay? The UPW, while you're at that event, after the end of him providing so much value for you, at the end of it, he pitches his Date with Destiny program. Okay, Date with Destiny is somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000, depending on if you're buying with his whole Master University or just by itself. And boom, he's ascended you up the value ladder. Now, Date with Destiny, by the way, is also an amazing program. My wife and I went a few years ago. It's a week long of Tony going into some of the most amazing things. Okay, but he's providing more value. Now, Date with Destiny pitches you on his live coaching / continuity, which is $2,500 a month to have one of his life coaches coach you. And he also sells you on his Platinum Partnership program, which is $60,000 a year and above. Okay, Tony gets it. Tony's got a great value ladder. Okay, here's another one. Dan Kennedy and Bill Glazer. This picture of me with them. They come in at the beginning of their value ladder. They got a gold newsletter, $50 a month. They upgrade you to silver, which is $250 a month. There's a peak performers group with $6,800 a year, and then the platinum group, which is $20,000 a year, and then they have their titanium, which is $30,000 a year and beyond. Okay, perfect value ladder. All right, you guys getting this? So for all of you guys right now, we got to figure out what is your value ladder. Now, for some of you guys, you already have a front end. Some of you guys already have a back end. Some of you guys already have a middle thing, but you don't have the full thing. Okay? And obviously, we're going to spend more time outside of this training for you brainstorming and thinking about it, but I want you to spend about a minute right now kind of thinking about it. Now, again, this is something you can evolve later. You can figure out what the hooks are going to be on each of these, what they're going to be, the price points. All that stuff can change. For now, I just want you thinking about that. Like, what is your value ladder going to look like? Okay, where can you start with your people? How can you provide more value to them, and where do you want to take them?
Tingnan mo yung damit mo.
Okay. So I come back here, you guys, to this image I showed you earlier. There's so many slides here going through it.
Hindi ko, punasan mo.
All right.
Si Ading yung dibdib niya.
This image right here.
Hindi na yung.
Okay, where is it? Where am I going to take them? Again, a product is just a tool in the business, you guys. It's a tool to provide value, to send somebody to where you actually want to take them. Okay, for all you guys here on this webinar, I want you guys in my inner circle. Okay, that's where I want to take you. If I can get you there, I can do so much more for you. Okay, what's that for you? Where do you want to take somebody? Where's that spot that if you could get them there, you can provide so much value, it would just blow their mind. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to reverse engineer that a little bit. Okay, because a lot of people say, well, Russell, that sounds awesome, but how do I do that? How am I going to get there? And so this is an exercise that I call 100 clicks a day. All right, and this is kind of what it looks like. So the first thing you got to figure out is over here on the right hand side is how much money do you actually want to make per month? Okay, and I always ask this to people during my intake calls with them, to our clients. How much money you want to make per month? And usually they come back, I need $1 million a month. I'm like, come on, you don't need $1 million a month. Yeah, I need to make at least $1 million a month. I'm like, okay, well let's be realistic, because ideally we want to grow big like that, okay? And if you guys already have companies, you want to grow companies at that point, that's fine. But again, we're talking about building a lifestyle business here. So what I like to do initially is figure out, like, what do I actually need to live my dream lifestyle, okay? And so start thinking about, like, if you live your dream lifestyle, what do you need, okay? Obviously, one thing we need is a house. I've been looking at houses recently, and I was looking at like a $2 million house, and the monthly payment on a $2 million house is like $1,200 or $12,000 a month, okay? I want a Ferrari, so I had drive a Ferrari, but if I was to go buy that, the monthly payments on a Ferrari are probably $3,000 or $4,000 a month. So if you take the $12,000 plus that, we're like $15,000 now. If I want to travel a lot, maybe I do like 3 big vacations a year. If I budget that out, I'm probably looking at another $2,000 a month. I got my food, I got my everything else. Like if I want to live in a $2 million house, $2 million a year house, drive a Ferrari, and travel three times a year, and live pretty good, I can do that on about $20,000 a month, okay? And so for most of you guys who want to make $1 million a month, I get that, and you can grow to that. But let's talk about what you need to do right now to get to what you actually need for your dream lifestyle, okay? For most of you guys, I promise you $20,000 a month is more than you will ever need to be happy, okay? That's more than I pay myself. It's more than I've ever paid myself. And obviously, we've grown companies way bigger than that, but it's just not that. You don't need more than that to live a great life, okay? So right here, let's just put for this demonstration, for per month, we're going to write $20,000 here, okay? So again, 20K right here on the how much we make per month. Now, in my business, there's going to be 2 ways I'm kind of making that money. One is from my continuity income, and down here is from my back-end high-ticket sales, okay? So I'm basing this off of, this is the only place I'm going to make any kind of profit, all right? Now, for me to make $20,000 a month, I'm going to say I'm going to make $10,000 a month of that here in continuity. So in this line right here, I'm going to write 10,000. And $10,000 a month I want coming from my back end. Okay, so I'm going to write 10,000 here. Okay, you guys see how this works? So 10,000, 10,000. Okay, I'll make sure you guys have a handout with this as well, so you can go back through and fill this out for yourself. But 10,000 up here, 10,000 down here. Okay, now up here for continuity, for me to make $10,000 a month in continuity, there's a lot of different ways you can do that. But for this purpose, I'm going to say, let's say we're selling a continuity program that's $50 a month. So right here in the dollar sign, I'll put $50, $50 a month. Now, $50 a month, how many people do I need to be able to make $10,000 a month? Who knows the math on that? Okay, this M right here is for members. I need to have 200 members pay me $50 a month for me to make $10,000 a month. Does that make sense? Okay, so I need 200 people pay me $50 a month to make 10 grand. All right, and then down here, if I need to make $10,000 for my high ticket thing, okay, and let's say my high ticket product is gonna be $5,000. So right here in the dollar sign, I put $5,000, and in the M I'm gonna put 2 because I need to sell 2 of those. 2 of my $5,000 packages make $10,000 a month. Okay, so there we are. All right, so now I'm gonna reverse engineer that. So that's what I want to be able to get to be able to make my $20,000 a month. All right. Okay, so over here, right here it says NM, that stands for new members. Down here is apps, for like applications for my back-end program. Okay. So for me, I'll do back-end really quick first. So if I need I need 2 new coaching clients a month at $5,000 a piece to make my 10 grand. So if I'm a horrible salesperson and I'm the worst ever, and I close only 10%, that means I need 20 applications a month. So 20 people a month need to apply for my coaching program. And if I only close 1 out of 10, which is very, very realistic with what we'll be showing you guys today, that'll get me to the $10,000 a month from 20 applications a month. Okay, it's less than 1 application a day. If you spend 8 hours a day on your business to get 1 person to apply for your coaching program, think you could do it? It's not that hard, especially when you start learning all this stuff we'll be showing you guys. Okay, now move here to continuity. Right here we got NM, new members. I figure with continuity, you got people coming and they're leaving, right? So every month I need about 25%. I I need to add 25% of the members I want to keep because I'm going to lose about 25% a month. So right here I put 25%, which for this situation, because I have 200 members, that's going to be about 50 new members a month I need to have. Okay? All right, so you guys got this part so far? All right. Now down here, this is traffic I'm driving to my initial sales funnel. We're going to be talking a lot about sales and marketing funnels today, but this is my initial sales funnel. I call it a POS funnel, point of sale. So it's going to be like my free plus shipping thing, my upsell, my second upsell. I'm going to say in this situation that all we do is we break even. So I drive traffic this thing and I don't make money. I don't make a penny. I just put $1 in and I break even. I make $1 back out. Okay, so right down here it says SLO. It stands for self-liquidating offer. SLO. So this is my first thing I sell people. The bottom of my value ladder is self-liquidating offer. My goal is for it to break even. And if I can break even, then I'll make money on all the stuff back here. Okay. Remember we said it earlier? Amateurs focus on the front end. I promise you that 90% of your competitors or more, this is their entire business. This little thing right here, the point of sale funnel. Okay, for me, the only goal of that is to break even. Okay, for most people, the only goal of that is that's their entire business. I want you guys thinking bigger than that because amateurs don't focus on the front end, right? Professionals like us, we focus back here. Right. So, and again, all these terms, we're going to be going deeper in this throughout this thing. And this is kind of just a quick sketch. You guys know it's a lot to see right now, but this is kind of conceptually how it works. All right. So to do that, so if I'm going to get 50 new members a month down here, that means I need to get, and then let's say I get 30% of my buyers to join my continuity program. So I put 30% right here.
What in your down? I am yep.
Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. I welcome you guys to the webinar today, and we are at the top of the hour, and it's insane. We are probably about a minute away from maxing out the lines, which is exciting because last time we did this, the same thing happened. So you guys, it's been over a year, so you guys must be excited to see what's been happening inside of Funnel Scripts and what it's about and how your lives are going to get changed. Let me make sure my screen is showing right here before we get started. So I'll make sure if you guys can all hear me, please come